Chapter 3479. It was possible it was best that Da Ying did not stay completely, and she did not die. An expert who had reached the peak of the 6 states of the void was a great threat to the Divine Moon Palace and Xiaoa, who had regained control of the Nine-Tailed clan. However, this was within her expectations. When Xiaoa decided to attack the Nine-Tailed clan, she already knew that it was impossible for her side to kill Da Ying. They could only force Da Ying back. This could not be helped. As for Da Ying's threat, she could only think of a way to deal with it in the future. In any case, the Nine-Tailed clan was now completely under Xiaoa's control. Whoosh! In a flash, Demon Master Chanhua had returned to Jian Wushuang's side. Chanhua, congratulations on reaching the pinnacle of Principal's Master. The next step should be to advance to the ruler level. Jian Wushuang looked at Demon Master Chanhua with a faint smile. I was lucky enough to take this step. As for the ruler level, how could it be so easy? Chanhua shook his head with a smile. The word ruler level was too important. It had been many years since the creation of the Divine Beginning Realm. However, after such a long time, there were very few ruler level experts in the Divine Beginning Realm. Every one of them was extremely talented. Furthermore, they had gone through endless experiences and had definitely obtained great opportunities before they became rulers. As for the Demon Master Chanhua, if nothing had happened to the Purple Star Demon Sect, he would not have stayed in the Heaven and Earth Secret Realm for nearly 200 million years. Instead, he would have stayed in the Divine Beginning Realm or had been training in various places in the universe battlefield. Then, he might still have some confidence in reaching the ruler realm, but now, he was talented, but he had wasted nearly 200 million years in the secret realm of Heaven and Earth, which had a great impact on him. Although he still had hope of becoming a ruler in the future, the hope was not great. Whether he could break through to become a ruler in the future depended on luck. I'm not in a hurry to become a ruler. You, on the other hand, should think of a way to break through to become a Principal's Master. If you can't even break through to become a Principal's Master, how can you reach an agreement with me? Demon Master Chanhua said. Principal's Master, Jian Wushuang touched his nose. In fact, in terms of combat strength, he was now considered very strong among the Principal's Masters of the 5 Void Realms. However, he was still an immortal saint. He did not even have the slightest sign of breaking through, let alone becoming a Principal's Master. I have a feeling that I'm still quite far from becoming a Principal's Master. At the very least, I have to completely master the destruction principles and even completely merge the destruction principles with the space-time and reincarnation principles in order to have a chance of breaking through, Jian Wushuang thought to himself. After chatting with Demon Master Chanhua for a while, Xiaoa, Axe One Master, Marquis Duan Yu, and Star Saint Master walked over. Demon Master Chanhua, congratulations on stepping into the pinnacle of Principal's Master, Xiaoa said first. As far as I know, only Elder Darkbone has reached the pinnacle of Principal's Master in the Divine Beginning Realm. Now, Brother Chanhua has also reached it, Axe One Master said. Only after reaching this step can one truly walk unhindered in the Divine Beginning Realm. Even a Saint Realm Master would not be able to kill a Principal's Masters who has reached the pinnacle, said Marquis Duan Yu. Everyone is too polite. Demon Master Chanhua only smiled faintly. Although he was pleasantly surprised by his breakthrough just now, he had calmed down now. After all, although it was important for him to take this step, it was still not enough for him to take revenge. After all, the one who destroyed the Purple Star Demon Sect was the Flame Saint Realm, one of the 3 Saint Realms. Now, he still had to rely on Jian Wushuang. Miss Xiaoa, is there any trouble in the Nine-Tailed clan? Jian Wushuang glanced at Xiaoa. Xiaoa smiled faintly, she said, because of my identity, many clansmen of the Nine-Tailed clan have already sided with me in their hearts. Even the stubborn ones have almost died in the battle just now, and most of the remaining ones are willing to submit. Even if there are a few stubborn people hiding in there, it doesn't matter to the overall situation. Besides Da Ying, doesn't the Nine-Tailed clan have a second expert in the 6th realm of the void? Jian Wushuang asked. Yes, but this person is not on the same side as Da Ying. When the war broke out, I had planned to ask Lord Shu to keep her busy. I didn't expect that she had no intention to fight back. She has been standing there without putting up any resistance. Now she is willing to submit to me. With her help and the absolute strength of my divine moon palace, nothing will happen to the nine-tailed clan, Xiao said. That's good. Jian Wushuang nodded slightly. If you regain control of the nine-tailed clan, the power in your hands will reach a whole new level. Don't forget your previous agreement with me. Don't worry. After the nine-tailed clan has calmed down, I will help you to deal with the blood clan, Xiao said. However, there is another problem in the nine-tailed clan. Da Ying is, after all, an expert at the peak of the sixth realm of the void. Although she has been defeated, she will not be satisfied. She will definitely find a way to regain control of the nine-tailed clan. With such a big hidden danger, I always feel that there is a thorn in my heart. Why? Do you want to completely remove this thorn? Jian Wushuang looked at Xiao. Of course, but this thorn is too powerful. How can it be so easy to remove? Xiao said helplessly. In fact, Miss Xiao, if you really want to kill Da Ying, there is a way. A voice suddenly sounded. It was Marquis Duanyu. Hearing this, Jian Wushuang and Xiao looked at Marquis Duanyu in unison. Marquis Duanyu, do you have a way to kill Da Ying? Xiao looked at Marquis Duanyu with a glimmer of light in her eyes. Marquis Duanyu smiled. He said, Da Ying is indeed very strong. It's very difficult to kill her with normal means. Even with an expert at the pinnacle of the principal's master realm like Demon Master Chanhua, Da Ying can still escape even if she can't defeat him. Therefore, it has been said in the divine beginning realm that only a saint realm master or a master-level expert can kill an expert at the pinnacle of the 6 states of the void. But in fact, it's not the case. Marquis Duanyu, do you really have a way to kill an expert at the pinnacle of the 6 states of the void? Jian Wushuang was also interested. After all, the blood clan leader that he wanted to kill had the same cultivation. Previously, he had been worried about how to kill him. Now, if Marquis Duanyu had a way to kill Da Ying, he naturally had a way to kill the blood clan leader. Chapter 3480 Netherjade 5 Kill Array. It's not impossible to kill the strongest expert of the 6 states of the void. Marquis Duanyu smiled faintly. To put it bluntly, the reason why it's so difficult to kill the strongest expert of the 6 states of the void is because such an expert doesn't wait for his own strength to be tyrannical, and his life-saving ability is also extremely strong. If we really compare strength, Da Ying is obviously weaker than Demon Master Chanhua. But if Da Ying wants to escape, Demon Master Chanhua can't do anything about it. In that case, we just have to find a way to prevent Da Ying from escaping. No way to escape. Jian Wushuang and the others were surprised. That's easy to say, but how can we prevent an expert at the peak of the 6 states of the void from escaping? How can an ordinary array block an expert like Da Ying? Xiao said. Of course not, but what if it's a high-level special array from the universe battlefield? Marquis Duanyu smiled. I may not know about other special arrays in the universe battlefield, but I know of one that can trap an expert at the peak of the 6th realm of the void. What kind of formation? Jian Wushuang and Xiao immediately looked over. The Netherjade 5 Kill formation. Marquis Duanyu said, this formation is a high-level killing move and is used to kill enemies. However, its trapping ability is also very good. After all, if you want to kill someone, you must first keep him alive. And this formation requires 5 cultivators of the same realm to control it at the same time. The power of the formation is also determined by these 5 people. If you want to use this formation to trap and kill experts at the peak of the 6th realm of the void, then you must let 5 experts at the 6th realm of the void control it. 5 experts who have reached the 6th level of the void. Xiao's expression changed. I have a beard master under my command, and the 6th level of the void that the Nine-Tailed clan has now also submitted to me. There are 2 6th level of the void here, and if we include Axe 1 Master, Marquis Duanyu, and Star Saint Master, there are exactly 5 of them, and their realms are all the same. Miss Xiao, the 3 of us have come to help you under the orders of the Palace Master. However, the Palace Master only said that he would help you regain control of the Nine-Tailed clan. He did not say that the 3 of us would help you kill Da Ying. Marquis Duanyu smiled and said, as for me telling you about this Netherjade 5 killing array now, I am only telling you a method to kill Da Ying. He did not say that the three of us would personally help you. Yes, the three of us have helped you regain control of the Nine-Tailed clan and completed our mission. As for the rest of the matter, we don't intend to interfere, Axe One Master said with a smile. But the method I mentioned is indeed feasible, Marquis Duanyu continued, as long as the 5 experts of the 6 Void Realms work together to cast the Netherjade 5-kill magic formation, we can guarantee that Da Ying will not be able to escape from the magic formation. Then, as long as Demon Master Chanhua acts personally, together with the magic formation, we can definitely kill Da Ying in the magic formation. Jian Wushuang nodded secretly. Indeed, as long as Da Ying was trapped in the magic formation and could not escape, Demon Master Chanhua would definitely crush her with her strength. It was not impossible to kill her. At most, it would take some strength and effort. Marquis Duanyu, your method is feasible, but if the 3 of you don't take action, where can I find the other 3 experts of the 6 Void Realms to set up the Netherjade 5-kill magic formation? Xiao rolled her eyes at Marquis Duanyu. How about I ask your Palace Master again? Miss Xiao, before we left, Palace Master had already gone into closed-door cultivation. Even if you send a message to him now, I'm afraid you won't get any reply from him. Marquis Duanyu smiled. But if Miss Xiao really wants the 3 of us to help, it's actually not impossible. But it depends on your opinion. Me? Jian Wushuang was puzzled. My lord, I've said before that the Palace Master has instructed us to help you with anything after we understand the Nine-Tailed clan. In fact, if you need our help, we are just following your orders. My lord, if you need our help, we won't refuse. Of course, that includes killing Da Ying for Miss Xiao. Is that so? Jian Wushuang's eyes lit up. That is to say, as long as Jian Wushuang agrees, you 3 will help me. Xiao was also surprised. Of course, from now on, the 3 of us will listen to you until Palace Master gives us another order, Marquis Duanyu said. That's great. Marquis Duanyu, Axe One Master and Star Saint Master, in an alliance with Miss Xiao, were on the same side. Da Ying is a great threat to Miss Xiao's Divine Moon Palace and the Nine-Tailed clan. If we can get rid of this threat, well, get rid of it as soon as possible, Jian Wushuang said. We understand what you mean. In that case, I'll teach Lord Shu and the other Principal's Master of the 6 Void Realms of the Nine-Tailed clan about the 5-killing formation. From today on, the 5 of us will practice the formation together and try to control it as soon as possible, Marquis Duanyu said. Thank you, Marquis Duanyu, Jian Wushuang said. But the problem now is that even if we have completely mastered the 5-killing formation, we still don't know the exact location of Da Ying. I'm afraid it won't be easy to find her and kill her, Marquis Duanyu said. That's a problem, but it doesn't matter, Xiao said. As long as we master the formation and have the ability to kill Da Ying, the rest will be easy. After all, this Da Ying has been chased out of the Nine-Tailed clan by us. She will definitely be unwilling, and there will definitely be waves in the future. Moreover, she will be quite confident in her own strength. She won't think that we have the ability to kill her, so she won't be too low-key in her actions. With our Divine Moon Palace and the Nine-Tailed clan's intelligence abilities, as long as she dares to show her face, we will be able to immediately find her existence. Therefore, the most urgent matter now is to master the Netherjade 5-kill array formation as quickly as possible. In that case, I'll ask Miss Xiao to make a space in the Nine-Tailed clan so that we can focus on practicing the Netherjade 5-kill array, Marquis Duanyu said. No problem. I'll make the arrangements now. Xiao nodded. The Nine-Tailed clan had completely calmed down. After Xiao took control of the Nine-Tailed clan, she immediately arranged a place for Marquis Duanyu and the others to practice the Netherjade 5-kill array. Chapter 3481 Tricky. After Xiao regained control of the Nine-Tailed clan, Jian Wushuang stayed in the clan. During this period, Marquis Duanyu, Axe One Master, Star Saint Master, Master Shu, and Master Shadow Fox, the master of the rules of the 6 Void Realms, had been practicing the 5-killing formation of the Netherjade, since the formation was prepared to deal with Da Ying, and it was difficult to guarantee that there were still loyal Da Ying members in the Nine-Tailed clan. The place where they practiced the formation was completely isolated, except for a few people. No one could enter. Naturally, no one knew what they were doing inside. During this time, Jian Wushuang was very relaxed. Occasionally, he would drink tea and chat with Demon Master Chunhua. It's been half a year. If I'm not mistaken, Marquis Duan Yu and the others should have practiced their magic formation by now, Jian Wushuang said. I've personally seen the magic formation they practiced. The power of the magic formation is indeed amazing. After the 5 of them joined hands to cast the magic formation, even if I was trapped inside, it would be difficult for me to break it. However, at that time, they were not very familiar with the magic formation. Now, they should be able to break it, Demon Master Chunhua said. The level of the Netherjade 5 kill formation was extremely high. Originally, it would be extremely difficult for even a 6th level void martial artist to master it, and the time required would be very long. But fortunately, there was Marquis Duan Yu, who had extremely high attainments in the formation, and he was also one of the 5 people who controlled the formation. Thus, although this formation was used by 5 people at the same time, the main person who controlled it was Marquis Duan Yu. Therefore, in about half a year, they should be able to master the magic formation. Once the magic formation is completed, Xiao will find an opportunity to kill Da Ying, but Jian Wushuang's expression changed. Chunhua, if Da Ying is really trapped in the Netherjade 5 kill magic formation and you kill her yourself, are you sure you can kill her? Although Jian Wushuang was very confident in the strength of Demon Master Chunhua, Da Ying was, after all, an expert at the peak of the 6th realm of the void. I can't say for sure. Demon Master Chunhua shook his head. However, after I take this step, my strength is much stronger than before. It's definitely not difficult for me to crush Da Ying. As for killing her, it's very likely that she can't escape. How confident are you? Jian Wushuang looked at Demon Master Chunhua. 50%. After all, this Da Ying will definitely go crazy and do whatever it takes. She has been the clan leader of the Nine-Tailed clan for so many years, so she must have many trump cards. The soul-devouring pearl she used on the battlefield may only be one of them. If I really push her to the limit, I don't know whether I can kill her or not. Or I can't guarantee that I will be able to withstand her desperate use of her trump card, said Demon Master Chunhua. Jian Wushuang narrowed his eyes slightly. Indeed, to kill an expert at the peak of the 6 void realms, not only did she have to be unable to escape, but she also had to be careful of her counterattack. Anyone would be desperate before they died, let alone this Da Ying. And a Da Ying at the peak of the 6 void realms, who was also the clan leader of the Nine-Tailed clan, would be quite terrifying if she was desperate. Under such circumstances, it was not easy to continue to kill her. Even if she was killed in the end, there was no guarantee that they would not pay a price. At this moment, Xiao flew over from the distance and appeared directly in front of Jian Wushuang and Demon Master Chunhua. Jian Wushuang, Demon Master Chunhua, Xiao said with a solemn expression. Miss Xiao, judging from your solemn expression, have you found the whereabouts of Da Ying? Jian Wushuang asked. During the past 6 months, Xiao had ordered the intelligence agencies of Divine Moon Palace and the Nine-Tailed clan to do their best to find the existence of Da Ying. As Xiao had expected, Da Ying did not keep a low profile, she was often found. However, since 3 months ago, Da Ying seemed to have suddenly disappeared. The intelligence agencies of Divine Moon Palace and the Nine-Tailed clan could not find her again. Yes, I found her, but it's because of this that I'm in a tricky situation, Xiao said. Tricky? Jian Wushuang raised his eyebrows. Da Ying has already been driven out of the Nine-Tailed clan. Is she going to cause any trouble? If it was just her alone, it wouldn't be a big deal. We could have set off to kill her at any time after Marquis Duan Yu had completely mastered the 5 killing formation of the Dark Jade. However, we didn't expect her to go to the Blood Clan during the 3 months when she disappeared, said Xiao in a low voice. Blood Clan? Jian Wushuang narrowed his eyes and stood up immediately. Why did she go to the Blood Clan? If I'm not mistaken, she wants to join hands with the Blood Clan to fight against the Nine-Tailed clan, Xiao said. So, the Blood Clan agreed. Jian Wushuang frowned. In her opinion, the Blood Clan and the Nine-Tailed clan were one of the 4 great divine clans. They should not really fight against the Nine-Tailed clan for the sake of a Da Ying. After all, the Nine-Tailed clan and Divine Moon Palace had now joined hands, Their overall strength had long surpassed that of before. Now, in the demon realm, all the clans believed that the Nine-Tailed clan was the strongest among the 4 great divine clans. At this juncture, the Blood clan should not be so blind as to provoke the Nine-Tailed clan. Jian Wushuang, you don't know that the 4 great divine clans in the demon realm are not as calm as they appear on the surface, especially the Nine-Tailed clan and the Blood clan, Xiao said in a deep voice. The Blood clan and the Nine-Tailed clan have been fighting for a long time because of the proximity of their territories. Sometimes, the Nine-Tailed clan is superior to the Blood clan, and sometimes, the Blood clan is superior to the Nine-Tailed clan. In short, the 2 divine races have been fighting for an unknown number of years and have accumulated a huge amount of hatred toward each other. No matter who we are, as long as there is an opportunity, we will definitely attack each other without hesitation. And this time, because of me, the Nine-Tailed clan and the Divine Moon Palace have joined hands, and their strength has increased to an unprecedented level. This naturally made the Blood clan wary and even fearful. As for Da Ying, she also knows that it is already very difficult for her to regain control of the Nine-Tailed clan by herself, so she naturally has to find helpers. The first person she thought of should be the Dark clan. However, although the Dark clan is on good terms with the Nine-Tailed clan and owes the Nine-Tailed clan a favor, this favor is owed to the Nine-Tailed clan, not her, Da Ying. Therefore, when the Dark clan knows that the war between the Divine Moon Palace and the Nine-Tailed clan is merely an internal conflict between the Nine-Tailed clan, the Dark clan will not pay any attention to it. At this time, even if Da Ying finds the Dark clan, she won't get any help from the Dark clan, so she can only go to the Blood clan. Chapter 3482 Severe Soul Injury. The Blood clan has always been wary of the current Nine-Tailed clan. Now that Da Ying has taken the initiative to seek refuge with us, we naturally agree. Xiao's expression was solemn. If that's the case, then it's really troublesome. Jian Wushuang also nodded slightly. Moreover, your goal is to kill Da Ying, and my goal is to kill the clan leader of the Blood clan. If we deal with these 2 people one by one, as long as Marquis Duan Yu's formation is complete, it's absolutely possible to kill them. However, now that the 2 of them have joined hands, it's too difficult to deal with them both at the same time. Jian Wushuang was well aware that if Da Ying and the Blood clan had not joined hands, they could have killed them one by one with Marquis Duan Yu's 5-killing formation. However, if the 2 of them had gathered together, it would not be enough for them to kill the 2 of them at the same time. After all, Demon Master Chanhua was powerful, but he was not confident that he could kill Da Ying alone, not to mention that there was a Blood clan Grandmaster who was no weaker than Da Ying. We have no choice but to wait. After all, the Blood clan and the Nine-Tailed clan have been fighting for so many years. Previously, Da Ying was the Blood clan Grandmaster. Under such circumstances, Da Ying and the Blood clan might not be able to forget about the past. It may not be long before their alliance is broken. At that time, we can still proceed according to the plan. In addition, even if they really forget about the past, Da Ying and the Blood clan Grandmaster cannot stay together forever. We can wait. As long as they separate, we can attack immediately and still have a chance to kill them, Jian Wushuang said. Yes, that's what I thought. I've instructed the chess pieces in the Blood clan to pay close attention to the movements of Da Ying and the Blood clan leader. As soon as they have a chance to separate, we will attack immediately, Xiao said. Jian Wushuang nodded slightly, but his heart was still heavy. After all, if Da Ying really joined hands with the Blood clan leader, it would be much more difficult and unpredictable to kill them than before. They could only wait for an opportunity. Time passed, and another half a month passed in the blink of an eye. During this half a month, the 5 principals masters on Marquis Duan Yu's side had already grasped the Dark Jade 5-kill array. Once it was used, even the Demon Master Chanhua wouldn't be able to escape for a while, and to trap Da Ying, who was much weaker than the Demon Master Chanhua, or the Blood clan leader, there was naturally no problem. At the same time, Xiao had also received the news from the Blood clan. The news has been confirmed. Da Ying has indeed joined hands with the Blood clan. In order to show her sincerity, she gave the soul-devouring pearl, the most precious treasure of the Nine-Tailed clan, to the Blood clan. The Blood clan has accepted her completely, Xiao said in a deep voice. Upon hearing this, Jian Wushuang, Axe 1 Master, Marquis Du and Yu, and the others all had ugly expressions on their faces. Soul-devouring pearl. This is a treasure that almost caused Chunhua to lose his life. How could Da Ying give it up? Jian Wushuang frowned. It's just a treasure, not to mention that the Nine-Tailed clan left it behind. Now that Da Ying is no longer the clan leader of the Nine-Tailed clan, of course she doesn't care about this precious treasure. But the problem is that she has gained the trust of the Blood Clan with this treasure. Next, she will join hands with the Blood Clan completely, Xiao said coldly. In addition, the people I left behind also said that Da Ying immediately went into seclusion after gaining the trust of the Blood Clan. They also told the Blood Clan that she would be in seclusion for a long time, as if to heal her injuries. Heal? Jian Wushuang's expression changed, and he immediately looked at Demon Master Chunhua. Chunhua, did you hurt Da Ying badly? I think so, Demon Master Chunhua said calmly. After I made a breakthrough, Da Ying suffered a lot of damage to her divine body. However, because of her immortal body, she only lost part of her divine power. Perhaps it will take some time for her to recover after reaching her level, but it's not necessary for her to go into seclusion to recover her divine power. In that case, why is she in seclusion? Jian Wushuang was puzzled. I understand. Xiao suddenly stood up, she said, if I'm not wrong, Da Ying is indeed injured. However, it's not the damage to her divine body or the consumption of divine power, but the damage to her soul. The damage is so great that she must immediately enter seclusion to recover. Soul damage? Jian Wushuang's expression changed. You mean, when she channeled the soul power of the soul-devouring pearl, she also suffered the damage from the soul power? That must be the case. Xiao nodded. He said seriously, I didn't know much about the soul-devouring pearl. I've only heard a little about its use, but it's one of the biggest killer moves of the Nine-Tailed clan. The previous clan leaders of the Nine-Tailed clan have told me clearly that unless we are on the brink of death, we must not use the soul-devouring pearl. However, if it's only because the soul-devouring pearl consumes a large amount of soul power, then because the soul power that the soul-devouring pearl has consumed over a long period of time is ridiculously large, there's no need for such restrictions. Therefore, there's only one possibility, and that is that while the soul power in the soul-devouring pearl is activated, the guide will also suffer the backlash from the soul power. The more soul power she channeled, the greater the backlash. It's understandable why Da Ying didn't channel all the soul power in the soul-devouring pearl during the battle. I'm afraid it's not because she didn't want to channel it, but because she knew that the more she channeled, the greater the damage to her soul. That's why she didn't dare to be so reckless. Now that she has been defeated and retreated to the Blood Clan, she naturally has to think of a way to recover her soul. Furthermore, after using the soul-devouring pearl once, she clearly knew how terrifying the backlash power contained in the soul-devouring pearl was. She didn't dare to use it a second time, so she handed the soul-devouring pearl to the Blood Clan without any hesitation. All of this can be explained. Hearing Xiao's words, the experts present immediately understood. Looks like that's the case. Star Saint Master also stood up. He said, although I don't know about the soul-devouring pearl, I more or less know about the soul. In order to guide such a huge wave of soul energy that doesn't belong to me to cause an impact on my opponent, I naturally have to bear a huge risk. If that's the case, then Da Ying should be in a weakened state. This is the best time for us to kill her. Axe 1 Master also said. Chapter 3483 Requesting for more help. That's true, but that Da Ying is currently in the territory of the Blood Clan. Even if she is currently in a weakened state, if we want to kill her, we still have to pass through the Blood Clan. As for the Blood Clan, in terms of overall strength, they are slightly stronger than the previous Nine-Tailed clan. Of course, the overall strength of our Nine-Tailed clan currently surpasses that of the Blood Clan. Xiao said. Are we going to kill Da Ying directly? Axe 1 Master narrowed his eyes. The Blood Clan also has a clan-protecting formation, but it's not as powerful as the Nine-Tailed clans. It's not difficult to break it, Marquis Du and Yu said with a smile. If we really want to fight, we have to kill more than just Da Ying. If possible, we have to kill the clan leader as well, Jian Wushuang said. Kill the clan leader? Marquis Duan Yu raised his eyebrows. It's already difficult enough to kill Da Ying just by charging into the territory of the Blood Clan. But if we want to kill the clan leader, I'm afraid our current lineup is not enough. That's true. Jian Wushuang nodded. He understood that it would require extraordinary combat strength to charge into the Blood Clan and kill both Da Ying and the clan leader at the same time. And on their side, even though they had Demon Master Chunhua and a total of 5 Void 6th level Principles Masters, the only one who could truly threaten Da Ying and the Blood Clan leader was actually Demon Master Chunhua alone. If our camp can have another expert like Demon Master Chunhua, then it is possible to charge into the Blood Clan and kill Da Ying and the Blood Clan leader. Axe One Master suddenly said. That's easy to say. However, in the Divine Beginning realm, among the Principles Masters, the only one who could match the current Demon Master Chunhua is probably Elder Darkbone. Elder Darkbone has a strange personality. Even if the 3 great Saint Realm Masters or the Ruler Realm experts personally invite him, he might not give us face, let alone us, Xiao said. Of course, an ordinary person wouldn't be able to invite him. But, didn't the Heavenly Sword Marquis have dealings with Elder Darkbone? Back on the Sohar Island, the 3 Saint Realms set up an inescapable net to kill you. At that time, Elder Darkbone stood on your side and helped you fight against a master of the Saint Realm, Axe One Master said with a smile. In that battle, Elder Darkbone did help me a lot. But, he helped me because his disciple owed me a favor. He was just returning the favor for his disciple, Jian Wushuang said. Really? Axe One Master smiled, he said, my young friend, I'm afraid you've underestimated this Elder Darkbone. He lived for a very long time, not only because of his own strength, but also because he ignored the fights between the forces in the Divine Beginning realm. No one would look for trouble with him. Even though he finally got a disciple and loves this treasure, do you think he would offend the 3 Saint Realms and even fight the master of the Saint Realm for this treasure? Jian Wushuang frowned. He had thought about this question before, but since Elder Darkbone had left after the battle, he did not have the time to ask. Therefore, he could only take it as Elder Darkbone returning the favor to his disciple. However, if he thought about it carefully, there were indeed many things that were not right. Axe One Master, are you saying that Elder Darkbone helped me for other reasons? Jian Wushuang asked. Of course. As for this reason, you will know it in the future. Now, you can go directly to him and ask him to help you. He will most likely not refuse you. If he really refuses, you can say that you came to him on the orders of Star Palace Master. He will definitely not refuse you, Axe One Master said confidently. Okay, I'll go look for Elder Darkbone now. Jian Wushuang nodded. Immediately, Jian Wushuang took out a message token. This message token did not belong to Elder Darkbone, but to his disciple, Underworld Emperor. Underworld Emperor. Jian Wushuang directly sent a message to Underworld Emperor. A moment later, Underworld Emperor replied, Brother Heavenly Marquis, how come you have time to look for me? Are you still trapped in the trial your master gave you? Jian Wushuang asked first. In the Bloodwave realm, Jian Wushuang and Emperor Ming fought side by side, and they were good friends. Even after they separated, they would occasionally communicate with each other. Jian Wushuang also knew that not long after Emperor Ming became a Principal's Masters, his master, Elder Darkbone, sent him to a special place, saying that it was to give him a trial. Until now, Emperor Ming was still trapped in that experience. I can't help it. The test my master arranged for me is very difficult. I can't get out of here in a short time. Emperor Ming smiled. Let's not talk about this. Brother Heavenly Marquis, you must have something else to talk to me about today, right? Yes, I have something urgent. I want to talk to Elder Darkbone, but I don't have Elder Darkbone's communication token, so I can only talk to you, Jian Wushuang said. That's easy. Although my master left me here, he has been staying here by himself. I'll send a message to him from my body. Please wait for a moment, Underworld Emperor said, and then sent a message to Elder Darkbone. A moment later, he got the result. Brother Heavenly Marquis, my master has come. He will take my message token and communicate with you, Underworld Emperor said. Not long after that, a slightly hoarse voice came from the other side of the token. Heavenly Sword Marquis, I heard that you have something to ask me? Yes. Jian Wushuang took a deep breath and then said seriously, Senior, I want to ask you to help me with something. Help? Elder Darkbone paused, then he said faintly, Heavenly Sword Marquis, you should know that I don't have any entanglement with you. The reason I helped you outside the Bloodwave realm was because my disciple owed you a favor. Since the end of the battle, my disciple has already repaid the favor. Now, neither I nor my disciple owes you anything. Why should I help you? Senior, I know I can't force you to do anything, but I really need a strong helper like you, so I have no choice but to ask you. If you help me, I will definitely remember your favor. Jian Wushuang said seriously. Your favor, well, it's worth considering. Elder Darkbone smiled faintly, but he did not directly agree. Senior, I came to invite you on the orders of Palace Master Star Palace, Jian Wushuang said again. Palace Master Star Palace? Elder Darkbone's voice obviously changed, but then he smiled and said, I didn't expect Star Palace to make contact with you so soon. It's really unexpected. Chapter 3484 Elder Darkbone arrived. What Elder Darkbone said made Jian Wushuang's heart skip a beat. Obviously, Elder Darkbone knew about Star Palace, and he knew that Star Palace would definitely contact him. Well, since Star Palace has already contacted you, and it's under the instructions of Star Palace Master, I'll help you again. Tell me, what do you need me to do? Elder Darkbone said with a faint smile. Senior, I want to kill Da Ying and the Grandmaster of the Blood Clan. However, they are, after all, two experts at the peak of the 6th realm of the Void. Although I can set up the 5-kill formation of the Nether Jade to prevent them from escaping, I only have Chanhua, an existence at the peak of the 6th realm of the Void. He alone is not sure that he can kill them, so I need your help, Jian Wushuang said. Da Ying is the former clan leader of the Nine-Tailed clan. Together with the clan leader of the Blood Clan, both of them are extremely powerful. If they work together, even if they are trapped by the magic formation, it would be difficult for an expert of the ultimate 6 realms to kill them. However, if we can gather 2 experts of the ultimate 6 realms of the Void, we have a much greater chance of killing them. Elder Darkbone said with a strange smile. That's right. We've also received news that Da Ying's soul has been severely injured. He should be in a weakened state now. If you attack him, together with our Demon Master Chanhua and 5-kill formation, there's a high chance of killing them, Jian Wushuang said. Heavenly Sword Marquis, you should be in the Nine-Tailed clan now, right? Elder Darkbone said with a strange smile. It seemed that although he did not care about worldly affairs, he had been paying attention to some major changes in the Divine Beginning realm. News of the Nine-Tailed clan's change had already spread in the Divine Beginning realm, so Elder Darkbone had obviously received the news. It's in the Nine-Tailed clan. When will Senior come? Jian Wushuang asked. Since you said that Da Ying is currently in a weak state, I can't give her a chance to catch her breath. I'll leave now. You can wait for a few days in the Nine-Tailed clan, Elder Darkbone said. Thank you, Senior. Jian Wushuang was pleasantly surprised. Then, Jian Wushuang cut off the communication with Elder Darkbone. Seeing Jian Wushuang put away the communication token, Xiaoa, Axe One Master, and the others immediately looked over. My young friend, how did it go? Axe One Master asked with a smile. From his smile, it could be seen that he had the answer in his heart. Elder Darkbone has agreed, and he will be coming soon, Jian Wushuang said. That's great. Xiao's eyes lit up. With Elder Darkbone, the strongest expert in the 6 realms of the Void, and Demon Master Chanhua, as long as our 5-kill formation can prevent Da Ying and the Blood Clan leader from escaping, they will almost certainly die. Marquis Duan Yu said seriously. When everyone knew that Elder Darkbone would arrive, they calmed down. However, no one noticed that Demon Master Chanhua had narrowed his eyes. Elder Darkbone, an ultimate expert of the 6 states of the Void. I really want to meet him. Demon Master Chanhua muttered to himself. In just 10 days, Elder Darkbone had arrived at the Nine-Tailed clan. Besides his disciple, Underworld Emperor, there was also a handsome and dignified middle-aged man in a golden robe. Brother Heavenly Sword Marquis, Underworld Emperor was the first to speak and shouted enthusiastically. Underworld Emperor. Jian Wushuang greeted his good friend and then went to Elder Darkbone and bowed respectfully. Elder Darkbone. Elder Darkbone had helped him at a critical time, and he had come to help him this time. Jian Wushuang naturally respected such a person, who was also a super expert. Mr. Elder Darkbone. Axe 1 Master, Marquis Duan Yu, and Star Saint Master also said to show their respect. Elder Darkbone nodded slightly, but then he looked directly at Xiaoer and said, "Dag, long time no see. How have you been? I've experienced 9 reincarnations. After so many years, I thought you should have left the divine beginning realm a long time ago. I didn't expect you to stay here," Xiaoer said with a strange tone. Elder Darkbone, do you know Miss Xiaoer? Jian Wushuang asked in surprise. Of course. Elder Darkbone smiled. Dag and I have known each other for many years, but it's because of that person. Him? You mean, Di-Sha-san? Jian Wushuang asked. Yes. Elder Darkbone nodded. I've been in the divine beginning realm for a long time. During this time, I've met countless experts, but I think I can slightly suppress them as long as they haven't reached the Saint Realm Master or the Master level. However, Di-Sha-san, who was at his peak, was the only exception. Di-Sha-san is indeed a talented man. His understanding of sword principle has gone beyond the realm of the divine beginning realm and reached a whole new level. A whole new level? Jian Wushuang was stunned. Yes, in the divine beginning realm, one's understanding of sword principle is limited to 3 levels. At the 3rd level, one can derive all things. This level is actually the limit and end point for many sword principle cultivators in the divine beginning realm. However, Di-Sha-san's understanding of sword principle has gone beyond the 3rd level and reached a higher level, the 4th level. It's a whole new realm. Not to mention ordinary principles masters, even many master level experts can't reach it. That's why his swordsmanship is so terrifying. No one can block his killing sword. Di-Sha-san, who had reached the pinnacle of the 6 realms of the void, used a shocking technique during the world-ending war. He chopped off the arm of a master-level expert with one sword. That sword move was earth-shaking. At this point, Elder Darkbone could not help exclaiming in surprise. However, Jian Wushuang's heart was shocked. In his previous life, he had interacted with Di-Sha-san many times. Moreover, when Lung Rukshu's master's consciousness incarnation had descended into the eternal chaotic world, Di-Sha-san had said that he had cut off one of his arms. Now, it seemed that the person whom Elder Darkbone said was cut off by Di-Sha-san should be Lung Rukshu's master. Jian Wushuang had thought that Lung Rukshu's master was also a master of the Saint Realm, but now it seemed that was not the case. Lung Rukshu's master was a genuine master-level expert. Under such circumstances, Di-Sha-san was able to cut off one of the master's arms. It was evident how powerful Di-Sha-san was at that time. No wonder Elder Darkbone praised him so much. Chapter 3485 Lifefall King. Because Di-Sha-san was so powerful that even I was amazed, I went to see him more than once to spar with him. Di-Sha-san did not refuse to fight with him. After a few times, we have more or less established a friendship. When I came into contact with Di-Sha-san, I naturally came into contact with Dag, Elder Darkbone said with a smile. I see. Jian Wushuang understood. It turned out that Elder Darkbone was not acquainted with Xiaoer, but with Di-Sha-san. By the way, Elder Darkbone, who is this? Jian Wushuang looked at the middle-aged man in a golden robe next to Elder Darkbone. He is my good friend in the universe battlefield, Lifefall King. He just happened to visit me this time, so I brought him along. Elder Darkbone laughed. After all, it's difficult to kill 2 experts at the peak of the 6 void realms. If Lifefall King was there to help, nothing would happen. Oh! Jian Wushuang could not help looking at Lifefall King again. In his perception, Lifefall King was in an ethereal state like Demon Master Chunhua. He could not sense the existence of the other party's specific aura and strength, or even his ability to conceal his aura. It seemed that Lifefall King was even more powerful than Demon Master Chunhua. Heavenly Sword Marquis, there's something I have to tell you first. It's my good friend, Lifefall King. Has actually a chaos master, Elder Dark Bone suddenly said. What? Jian Wushuang was shocked. Not only him, but Xiaoer, Demon Master Chanhua, Axe One Master, Marquis Duan Yu, and Star Saint Master were also shocked. Master, a master-level expert? Jian Wushuang looked at Lifefall King in astonishment. But Lifefall King smiled faintly and said, "Don't listen to Elder Dark Bone. I'm only at the 6th realm of the void." What do you mean? Jian Wushuang was puzzled. My good friend is indeed a chaos master, but has not a native ruler born in the divine beginning realm. Has from outside the divine beginning realm and from the universe battlefield, Elder Dark Bone said. A ruler from outside the divine beginning realm? Jian Wushuang was shocked. Rulers from outside the divine beginning realm will be restrained by the heavenly will of the divine beginning realm after they arrive in the divine beginning realm. This pressure is greater than the pressure exerted by the power of the heavenly will on rulers born in the divine beginning realm. For example, the rulers who rose up in the divine beginning realm, such as Temporal Temple Master, Heaven-Cleaving Alliance Master, and others, are still suppressed by the heavenly will in the divine beginning realm, but their combat strength is still stronger than that of ordinary masters of the Saint Realm. But the overlords from the outside world will be suppressed by the will of the heavenly Tao, so he can only exert the battle strength of the 6th realm of the void. Of course, even if he only has the battle strength of the 6th realm of the void, I'm not confident that I can defeat him, Elder Darkbone said. Is that so? Jian Wushuang raised his eyebrows, but then his expression changed again. No, if that's true, then during the world-ending battle, countless experts fought their way into the 7-star mysterious sect. At that time, there were also masters from outside the world who intervened. If these masters from outside the world were suppressed by the will of the heavenly Tao, then how could the 7-star mysterious sect be defeated? This is actually very easy to understand. Elder Dark Bone smiled. Heavenly Sword Marquis, you should know how those masters from outside the world came about during the world-ending battle. They are, Jian Wushuang's heart skipped a beat, but he already somewhat understood. Those overlords came to the divine realm because of the will of the heavenly Tao. It can even be said that the power of the will of the heavenly Tao invited them. Since the will of the heavenly Tao invited them, how could the will of the heavenly Tao give them too much pressure? Therefore, although the overlords from the divine beginning realm were still suppressed, they were still able to display battle strength that was no weaker than that of Temporal Temple Master, Heaven-Cleaving Alliance Master, and the others in the divine beginning realm. That was why the 7-star mysterious sect was defeated, Elder Darkbone said. Upon hearing this, Jian Wushuang could not help but come to a realization. I did not enter the divine beginning realm by the will of the heavenly Tao. Instead, I entered by myself. Naturally, I'm under a lot of restrictions, so don't count on me, Lifefall King said with a smile. Although he was a genuine chaos ruler, Lifefall King did not put on too much airs in front of Jian Wushuang and the others. Instead, he was very gentle and willing to talk to them. Lifefall, don't be humble. Even though you're bound by a lot of restrictions, you can still help a lot by killing experts at the peak of the 6 void realms. I'm afraid that neither Da Ying nor the Blood Clan leader will be able to block your death magic, Elder Darkbone said with a strange smile. Hearing Elder Darkbone's words, Jian Wushuang and Xiaoer felt relieved. They had thought that if Elder Darkbone came, they would have more than half of the success. They did not expect that he would bring a ruler-level expert, Lifefall King, along with him. Although Lifefall King was restricted by the power of the will of heaven and could only exert the battle strength of the 6 void realms, the strength of a ruler was naturally incomparable to that of an ordinary principal's master. With the addition of Lifefall King, their plan this time could almost be said to be without any surprises. By the way, Heavenly Sword Marquis, when you sent me a message earlier, you said that you have an expert who has reached the pinnacle of the 6 realms of the void. You must be talking about him, right? Elder Darkbone looked at him with a strange gaze. He had already looked at Demon Master Chanhua. Yes, let me introduce him. This is Demon Master Chanhua. He has just broken through to the pinnacle of the 6 realms, Jian Wushuang said. The divine beginning realm is the oldest and most recognized principal's master, Elder Darkbone. I've heard a lot about you. Demon Master Chanhua stared at Elder Dark Bone with a strange look in his eyes. In the divine beginning realm, there was only one expert who reached the pinnacle of the 6 realms of the void. Now there are 3 more. Congratulations. Elder Dark Bone laughed. There's another one? Jian Wushuang was stunned. Aren't you the only expert in the divine beginning realm who has reached the pinnacle of the 6 void realms? Xiao also looked at Elder Dark Bone. No, there is indeed another expert besides me. You haven't met him yet, but you will definitely meet him in the future, Elder Darkbone said. I don't care if you meet him in the future, but I know that I have met one now, said the Demon Master Chanhua suddenly, a bright light flashing in his eyes. Chapter 3486 Sparring Chanhua. Jian Wushuang could not help looking at Demon Master Chanhua. I've been lonely for too long. It's rare for me to meet a decent opponent. How could I miss it? Demon Master Chanhua said. Jian Wushuang nodded secretly. He could understand. Before the Purple Star Demon sect was destroyed, Demon Master Chanhua was a genius. He was also very belligerent and liked to challenge experts everywhere. After the destruction of the Purple Star Demon sect, he stayed in the secret realm of heaven and earth for nearly 200 million years alone. Just as he said, he had been lonely for too long, and he had not had a good battle with anyone for a long time. Even after he came out of the secret realm of heaven and earth, he still did not meet any opponents because he was too strong. The only one he met was probably Da Ying from before. However, after he made a breakthrough in that battle and reached a new level, an expert at Da Ying's level was no longer qualified to be his opponent. Now, only experts at the pinnacle of the 6 void realms were qualified to be his opponent. There were only 3 such experts in the entire divine beginning realm, including him. It was too difficult to meet them. Now that Elder Dark Bone was standing in front of him, he naturally did not want to miss this opportunity. Knowing this, Jian Wushuang did not stop him. Elder Dark Bone, do you want to fight with me? Demon Master Chanhua asked directly. Elder Dark Bone also looked at Demon Master Chanhua with a strange look, but then he smiled slightly. Experts at the pinnacle of the 6 void realms are indeed very difficult to meet in the divine beginning realm unless they are in the universe battlefield. Now that we can meet one, it doesn't matter if we fight. Hearing this, the surrounding people could not help but become excited. Elder Dark Bone had obviously accepted the challenge. The fight between 2 experts at the pinnacle of the 6 void realms was certainly exciting. After all, we're in the Nine-Tailed clan. I'm afraid we won't be able to fight freely. Let's find another place, Elder Darkbone said. Okay. Demon Master Chanhua nodded, and then the 2 directly rushed out of the ancestral land of the Nine-Tailed clan. Let's go and take a look. Jian Wushuang, Lifefall King, Xiao, Axe One Master, Marquis Duan Yu, Star Saint Master, and Shadow Fox Master did not want to miss the battle and followed them. They came to an empty space not far from the ancestral land of the Nine-Tailed clan. Then, they made way for a huge battlefield, with Demon Master Chanhua and Elder Dark Bone standing in the center of the battlefield. A golden fist glove appeared in the hands of Demon Master Chanhua. This fist glove was given to me by Master when Purple Star Devil Sect was still around. Later, I found someone to refine and strengthen it. Finally, it was upgraded to a top-tier true treasure. Its name is Golden God, Demon Master Chanhua said indifferently. Top-tier true treasure? Elder Dark Bone smiled. A top-tier true treasure from the divine beginning realm. It's powerful, but it's nothing compared to a universe true treasure. However, today's battle is just a sparring match. To be fair, I won't use a universe true treasure. I got this blade many years ago, but I've never used it since. I'll use it to fight you today. As Elder Dark Bone spoke, a pitch-black blade appeared in his hand. This blade looked ordinary, but anyone could feel a shocking coldness from it. Without a doubt, this blade was also a top-tier true treasure, but it was clearly not Elder Darkbone's strongest godly weapon. There was nothing he could do about it. Elder Darkbone had lived for too long, and he often went to the universe battlefield to explore. He even had a lot of universe true treasures, many of which were more powerful than the top-tier true treasures in the absolute beginning godly world. As for Demon Master Chanhua, he had never been to the universe battlefield, and he had stayed in the universe secret region for a long time, so he had no chance to collect more powerful true treasures. The glove in his hand was indeed his most powerful godly weapon. Sinking fire, make your move, Elder Darkbone said with a faint smile. Even though he was facing Demon Master Chanhua, who was at the same level as him and was at the pinnacle of the 6 levels of the void space, Elder Darkbone still looked very relaxed. It was as if Demon Master Chanhua was not really in his heart. And Demon Master Chanhua had also noticed this. Although he was not angry, he had already used his actions to express his dissatisfaction. Boom! A sudden explosion of air could be heard. The void where Demon Master Chanhua was originally at had instantly turned into nothingness. His figure had already disappeared in that void, and when he reappeared, he had already arrived in front of Elder Darkbone. At the same time, his right hand had already turned into a huge star, directly striking toward Elder Darkbone. When Elder Darkbone saw this, he unhurriedly slashed out with his blade. This blade was soft, as if it did not possess any power. However, as the blade light passed by, an empty tunnel appeared. In the blink of an eye, the fist of the Demon Master clashed with the blade light. Peng! The void exploded on the spot, and a black hole with a diameter of nearly 1,000 meters appeared in this vast world. Black hole? What a huge black hole! This area is simply unbelievable. The strongest expert of the 6 void realms is indeed extraordinary. The surrounding 6 void realm principles masters who were watching the battle could not help but exclaim in admiration. Even though they were all at the 6 void realms, the gap between the ordinary 6 void realms and the pinnacle of the 6 void realms was too great. One had to know, what was the pinnacle of the 6 void realms? That was after one had completely grasped and fused the 3 principles, comprehended the 4th principle, and grasped the 7th portion of the power of the will. But the ordinary 6 states of the void, including the experts at the peak of the 6 states of the void, only grasped 6 wills power. Compared to the pinnacle of the 6 states of the void, there was 1 less will's power, and the difference of 1 will's power, how huge was it? To put it bluntly, the pinnacle of the 6 states of the void actually did not belong to the scope of the 6 states of the void. Speaking of which, they could already be considered to have reached the 7 states of the void. They had an extra portion of will power compared to the 6 void realms. In terms of pure divine power, they were far above the 6 void realms. Just like now, when the Demon Master and Elder Darkbone were fighting, the two of them were clearly just casually attacking and did not use any ultimate moves or secret techniques. However, the power that burst out in that instant caused the several experts of the 6 void realms present to be shocked. The casual attack of the Demon Master and Elder Darkbone was not something that ordinary void 6-stage experts like them could achieve. At the same time, it was also something that they could not withstand. Hualala tilde after the spatial black hole appeared, the void started to recover at a terrifying speed. Meanwhile, the Demon Master and Elder Darkbone had already retreated. Chapter 3487 was easily deciphered just comparing power. The two of them look similar. Axe One Master said. Very normal. Both are at the pinnacle of the 6 realms of the void, and both have grasped 7 portions of willpower power. In terms of basic power, they are comparable. The only difference is that both have grasped the fusion principles, and who is more proficient in a head-on collision. But now, it seems that both have grasped the nature of the laws, and they are not too different. Marquis Duan Yu laughed. However, the power of the divine power is about the same, so it doesn't mean much. Axe One Master added. As expected, in the center of the battlefield, the two people who had separated moved again. This time, the two of them moved at the same time, but in an instant, their figures disappeared from everyone's sight. While the spectators were still thinking of ways to capture the figures of the two of them, bang! A loud boom was heard. The two had already exchanged blows in the void of the battlefield. The power that burst out in an instant was earth-shaking, and the airwaves swept wildly. The spectators were affected by the power and immediately looked toward the source. However, when they looked over, they could not see anything. Instead, another violent boom was emitted from another void. Boom! Boom. Boom. The booms came one after another. Not only Jian Wushuang, but even the rules masters of the 6 void realms could not catch the figures of Demon Master Chunhua and Elder Darkbone. They could only follow the booms to find their positions. However, when they followed the voice, they found that Demon Master Chunhua and Elder Darkbone were already in other places. It was too much for them to handle. Everyone's eyes could not keep up with the speed of Demon Master Chunhua and Elder Darkbone. Too fast, too fast. I'm a principal's master of the 6 void realms, but I can't keep up with their speed. Indeed, the experts at the pinnacle of the 6 void realms are really terrifying. Axe 1 Master, Marquis Duanyu, and Star Saint Master could not help but exclaim in admiration. Even they could not keep up with the speed of Demon Master Chunhua and Elder Darkbone, so Jian Wushuang naturally could not keep up with them. This is true speed. Jian Wushuang clenched his hands. Although I have comprehended the spacetime principles and am very good at speed, many experts at the 5 void realms can't keep up with me when I use my full strength. My speed is like a child's play compared to Senior Sinking Fire or Elder Darkbone. It's ridiculous. On the battlefield, the speed unleashed by Demon Master Chunhua and Elder Darkbone was indeed too shocking. And it was very obvious that the two of them were currently competing in speed. This competition lasted for a long period of time. The two of them had clashed nearly 100 times, but they were still unable to determine the victor. Haha, Demon Master Chunhua, your speed is indeed very impressive. Elder Darkbone let out a strange laugh. Among the principles I control, there are 2 major principles, wind and thunder. I myself am quite good at speed, but I didn't expect that my full speed would still be unable to surpass yours. Demon Master Chunhua narrowed his eyes. Just based on speed, it is impossible to determine the victor. You should bring out your true ability. Elder Darkbone laughed. As you wish. Demon Master Chenhuo's face was cold. A majestic power had begun to gather around him. At the same time, a rich golden light began to erupt from the scarlet gold glove on his right hand. Here it comes, the ultimate move of Chunhua. Jian Wushuang's pupils shrank. The 2 most powerful ultimate moves of Demon Master Chunhua were Divine Destruction and Dragon God Destruction. Judging from the power accumulated by Demon Master Chunhua and his movements, he must have intended to use Divine Destruction first. Boom! Heaven and earth shook and endless golden light gathered. In the blink of an eye, a huge golden sun rose up. The golden sun brought with it an incomparably terrifying impact force as it crushed toward Elder Darkbone. Although they stood outside the battlefield and were far away from the golden sun, the spectators, including the principals masters of the 6 void realms, could not help but feel a sense of fear when they saw the golden sun. I could not help but feel a sense of dread. It was as if the golden sun were to come at them, and they would not be able to resist it. But as a golden sun target of Demon Master Chunhua, but only a faint smile, followed by the hands of the pitch-black sword again cut out. Is still light, as if there is no strength of a knife, but the moment the knife light cut out, but with a sense of destruction. Instantly, the saber light flashed through the golden sun, directly splitting it in half. The earth-shaking might contained within the golden sun also retreated to the sides. My sky god annihilation was actually broken so easily. Seeing the result in front of him, even the Demon Master Chunhua could not help but reveal a trace of surprise. Demon Master Chunhua, do you have any more powerful ultimate moves? Elder Darkbone still looked at the Demon Master Chunhua with a faint smile. Demon Master Chunhua snorted coldly, and in an instant, his majestic might once again condensed. The sky was still filled with golden light, and it was still that enormous golden sun. However, at this moment, the golden sun that Demon Master Chunhua displayed was a full size larger than before. Furthermore, this golden sun had a wildness that the previous golden sun did not have. This wildness was as if this golden sun could explode at any time. Dragon God Destruction, the most powerful ultimate move of the Demon Master Chunhua, had already been fully displayed in his hands. At this moment, the Demon Master Chunhua had also used his full strength, and looking at the golden sun at this moment, Elder Darkbone's gaze finally tightened. Not only has he broken through to the pinnacle of the 6 states of the void, he has even created the most powerful ultimate move. Interesting. Elder Darkbone smiled again, following which the pitch-black battle saber in his hand slashed out once again. Hooah! This saber was no longer the soft and feeble one from before. This saber strike was rather swift and fierce, and it was indomitable. In the blink of an eye, the saber light had already slashed onto the golden sun, and in an instant, the golden sun split apart. However, before the shocking might contained within the golden sun started to erupt, that pitch-black saber light already had a world-destroying intent. It completely annihilated the power contained in the golden sun. In other words, the huge golden sun had already been annihilated by the saber light of Elder Darkbone before it could even erupt with its proper power. Elder Darkbone was still able to easily neutralize Demon Master Chenhuo's most powerful move, Dragon God Annihilation. How is this possible? Demon Master Chenhuo was stunned. He blocked it so easily. Jian Wushuang was also very surprised. It's a little too powerful. Axe One Master and the others also widened their eyes in astonishment. Chapter 3488. He had lived for far too long. Demon Master Chenhuo, I've already asked you to attack twice. Furthermore, you've already used your strongest move. Next, you should also receive my blade. Elder Darkbone smiled faintly. Demon Master Chenhuo immediately prepared himself. Under everyone's gaze, Elder Darkbone attacked once again. Hooah! Elder Darkbone did not take too long to gather his strength before he casually slashed out with his blade. This slash was indeed very casual. It did not seem like he was using any powerful ultimate move. Moreover, after the battle blade attacked, the void in front of him did not even have the slightest ripple. There was not even a blade light. Elder Darkbone's blade did not seem to have any effect on the surrounding void, nor did it have any power bursting out. Seeing this scene, the few people watching the battle revealed puzzled expressions. Even the Demon Master Chenhuo frowned slightly. However, suddenly, the expression of the Demon Master Chenhuo changed. His right hand instantly gathered a majestic power and exploded toward the void in front of him. Bang! His fist smashed into the void in front of him. There was actually a formless and terrifying blade light charging over. Fortunately, Demon Master Chenhuo reacted in time. In any case, this formless blade light had directly struck his body. Even though he reacted, the power contained within that formless blade light was still not something that Demon Master Chenhuo's last-minute punch could compare to. After an intense explosion sounded, Demon Master Chenhuo's body suddenly shot out. He directly shot to the edge of the battlefield before he finally came to a stop. He regained his balance, but at this moment, he was shocked. He looked at his right hand with a look of disbelief. Elder Darkbone had already put away his blade and looked at him again. Darkfire Demon Master, you don't have to be too surprised. You may not know this, but I have lived for a very long time. During this long time, I have been to the universe battlefield many times and met countless great beings. I have even met many ruler-level great beings in the universe battlefield. And even in the universe battlefield, there are no restrictions on the ruler-level experts. Under the premise that they can unleash their strongest strength, this old man still has the confidence to survive in the hands of an ordinary ruler-level expert. As for the experts at the pinnacle of the 6 states of the void, this old man has met even more in the universe battlefield. But among these experts at the pinnacle of the 6 states of the void, other than Di Shasan from the 7-star mysterious sect, there is really no one who is a match for this old man. You have just broken through to the pinnacle of the 6 states of the void not long ago, so it is very normal for your strength to be inferior to this old man. Right. Lifefall King laughed, but in terms of strength, Elder Darkbone is indeed much stronger than ordinary experts at the pinnacle of the 6 void realms. It is precisely because of this that he was able to survive against a ruler-level expert, which is why he has the qualifications to befriend me. As for you, Demon Master Chenhuo, you have just broken through to the pinnacle of the 6 void realms, yet you are already so strong. It is already very rare, but if you want to challenge Chenhuo, you are still lacking quite a bit. I was defeated in this battle. I am completely convinced of my defeat, Demon Master Chenhuo said directly. He could already tell that although he was already on the same level as Elder Darkbone, Elder Darkbone was far stronger than him in terms of true strength. This could be seen from Elder Darkbone's extremely casual manner when he fought with him. When Elder Darkbone fought with him, he should not have used his full strength. Moreover, Elder Darkbone himself had said that even in the universe battlefield, he was confident that he could survive in front of a ruler-level expert. This ability was something that even the Demon Master Chanhua felt inferior to. One had to know that a ruler-level expert, even in the divine beginning realm, was still stronger than a Saint Realm Master under the restriction of the will of the heavenly Tao. In the universe battlefield, a ruler-level expert could display his peak strength without any restrictions. His combat strength was definitely dozens of times stronger than that of a Master of the Saint Realm, or even more. In the face of such absolute strength, Demon Master Chanhua was confident in his survival. One could only imagine how powerful he was. "All right, you two, this battle ends here." Jian Wushuang had already walked forward. He glanced at Demon Master Chanhua and asked, "How do you feel, Chanhua? How can a loser feel?" "I still don't understand the last move he made," Demon Master Chanhua said. "Yes, we don't understand the move either. What's going on?" Axe One Master asked. The last blade that Elder Darkbone used was indeed a little too strange. That was because in their view, that blade did not produce any ripples and did not affect the void at all. They did not even see where the blade light was. Even Demon Master Chanhua did not sense the blade light at the beginning. It was only later that he could sense it because the blade light was attacking him. And seeing everyone's puzzled look, Elder Darkbone laughed. "Actually, that blade of mine was nothing. In terms of power, it was slightly weaker than the strongest move of Demon Master Chanhua. However, that blade of mine was somewhat illusory. This is also related to the principles that I have grasped. Of course, the main reason is that I have been roaming the universe battlefield for too long and have fought with all kinds of experts. There are many top-tier warriors fighting with each other. During these battles, they have naturally comprehended some unique ultimate moves. For example, that blade just now is considered a unique ultimate move. In the future, if you have roamed the universe battlefield for a long time and fought with many top-tier warriors, you might also be able to comprehend some unique ultimate moves." "Is that so?" Everyone could understand. Elder Darkbone's blade was indeed strange, but when they thought about how long he had lived, everyone felt relieved. He had lived for such a long time and fought with countless top-tier great beings. Under such circumstances, it would be strange if he could not comprehend some special techniques and ultimate moves. "Although I have reached the pinnacle of the 6 void realms, I have never been to the universe battlefield," Demon Master Chanhua could not help but say. "So neither have I," Jian Wushuang said. At the same time, he immediately remembered that among the few opportunities left by Shui Bei in the Blood North secret realm, there was a star map of the universe battlefield. The star map was to go to a special place, but since he had never been to the universe battlefield, he naturally had not been there. The universe battlefield is the real paradise for experts. It seems that after I finish what I've done here and extract Shuang-Er's soul, I'll have to go to the universe battlefield to experience it, Jian Wushuang thought to himself. Chapter 3489 Spirit Ancestors Shock Well, the sparring is over. Next, we should discuss how to deal with Da Ying and the Blood Clan, Xiao said. With the addition of Mr. Elder Darkbone and Lord Lifefall King, the strength of our camp has greatly increased. With such strength, we don't need to discuss how to deal with the Blood Clan and Da Ying, who is already in a weakened state with a severely injured soul. We can just fight them directly, Axe One Master said. That's right. We already have absolute strength, so we don't need to waste time. We can attack directly. But before that, I have to invite someone, Jian Wushuang said. Who? Xiao looked over. Spirit Ancestor, Jian Wushuang said, the reason I want to kill the Blood Clan's Grandmaster is because of the agreement between me and Spirit Ancestor. Now that we're going to attack the Blood Clan, we naturally have to invite her to witness it. Once she arrives, we'll attack immediately. Sure. Xiao nodded. Elder Darkbone, Lightfall King, and Axe One Master naturally did not have any objections. On the same day, Jian Wushuang sent a message to Spirit Ancestor. A few days later, Spirit Ancestor arrived at the Nine-Tailed Clan. Heavenly Sword Marquis, I already know what you did in the Demon Realm with the Divine Moon Palace. Now that you've specially invited me here, are you planning to attack the Blood Clan? Spirit Ancestor asked directly when she saw Jian Wushuang. Spirit Ancestor, don't worry. Come with me first. Jian Wushuang smiled and led Spirit Ancestor to a palace below. Spirit Ancestor followed Jian Wushuang to the palace. However, as soon as she stepped into the palace, she immediately saw many figures sitting in the palace. At the same time, she also felt the rich and powerful auras emitted by these figures. 6 realms of the void, so many experts of the 6 realms of the void. Even though the Spirit Ancestor was experienced and knowledgeable, she was also shocked by the lineup before her. One must know that even the Heavenly Ancestor Daoist sect, one of the 3 great freedom alliances of the Divine Beginning Realm, did not have as many principles masters of the 6 realms of the void who stayed in the Divine Beginning Realm all year round. Not to mention, other than a few principles masters of the 6 realms of the void, she could not even sense the specific level of a few others. This made her even more shocked. Spirit Ancestor, let me introduce you first. This is Miss Xiaowa, the Palace Master of Divine Moon Palace. She created Divine Moon Palace by herself, and now she has regained control of the Nine-Tailed Clan, Jian Wushuang said. Palace Master of Divine Moon Palace? Spirit Ancestor was stunned, but when she saw Xiaowa, she was a little surprised. She did not know that Palace Master of Divine Moon Palace was only in the 4th realm of the Void Realm. However, what Jian Wushuang said next shocked her. This is Lord Shu, Miss Xiaowa's servant. Next to him is Master of Shadow Fox of the Nine-Tailed Clan. You should have heard of him. Lord Shu? Servant. Ancestor Spirit was shocked. These 3 are Axe One Master, Marquis Duan Yu, and Star Saint Master, Jian Wushuang introduced. However, as Axe One Master had warned him not to reveal the existence of Star Palace, he did not mention that the 3 of them were from Star Palace. Spirit Ancestor looked at Axe One Master and the other 2 with a strange expression. Although she was a loner and never paid attention to the outside world, she knew most of the powerful principles masters in the Divine Beginning Realm. However, she had never heard of Axe One Master and the other 2. Then, Jian Wushuang brought Spirit Ancestor to Demon Master Chanhua. This is Demon Master Chanhua, Jian Wushuang said. I know him. He was with you when you came to the Divine Ancestor Daoist sect. He is so strong that even Spirit Ancestor thought he was weaker than you, Spirit Ancestor said. Yes, but not long ago, Chen Huo's strength improved after the battle with Da Ying. Now, he has reached the pinnacle of the 6 void realms, Jian Wushuang said. What? Spirit Ancestor was shocked and looked at Demon Master Chanhua with a humble expression. Spirit Ancestor, this is Elder Dark Bone. You should have heard of him, Jian Wushuang said. Elder Darkbone? Spirit Ancestor glanced at Elder Darkbone and said with a smile, Mr. Elder Darkbone, long time no see. How have you been? Haha, last time I saw you, you were still seeking revenge against the Blood Clan for your husband's death. I didn't expect Heavenly Sword Marquis to invite me to kill the clan leader of the Blood Clan to make a deal with you. Elder Darkbone laughed leisurely. Obviously, he had interacted with Spirit Ancestor before. Spirit Ancestor could not help but smile. Spirit Ancestor, there's one more. This is Lifefall King, a good friend of Elder Darkbone. This time, he came with Elder Darkbone. In addition, Lifefall King is a ruler-level expert, Jian Wushuang said. Ruler level. Spirit Ancestor was shocked and immediately looked at Lifefall King in shock. At the same time, he bowed respectfully and said, Greetings, my lord. Lifefall King only glanced at Spirit Ancestor and did not say anything. Spirit Ancestor, all of you here are the experts who came with me to the Blood Clan to kill the Blood Clan leader for you. Do you still feel satisfied? Jian Wushuang said. Yes, of course I'm satisfied. Spirit Ancestor was extremely excited at this moment. Her body was even slightly trembling. After all, she had been waiting for this day for a long time. Before this, she really could not find any way to kill the Blood Clan leader. Later, when she finally met Jian Wushuang, She saw that Jian Wushuang had great potential and unlimited possibilities. It just so happened that Jian Wushuang needed her help, so she made such a request to kill the Blood Clan leader. In fact, she knew that such a request was indeed a bit too much, but she had no choice but to seize this slim chance. She did not expect that Jian Wushuang would actually agree to her request and kill the Blood Clan leader for her with all his strength. Moreover, he had invited a lineup that was simply shocking to her. 5 ordinary experts of the 6 Void Realms, 2 experts of the ultimate of the 6 Void Realms, and a true Saint Master Realm expert. If such a lineup could not kill the Blood Clan leader, it meant that she would not be able to avenge her husband in the future. Spirit Ancestor, since you are satisfied with this lineup, then what I said before. Jian Wushuang looked at Spirit Ancestor. Heaven Marquis, don't worry. It would be good if we could successfully kill the Blood Clan leader during this trip. Even if we are lucky enough to let the Blood Clan leader escape, as long as everyone here has done their best, I will not have any regrets. I will still do my best to help you do that, Spirit Ancestor said. That's good. Jian Wushuang nodded with satisfaction. Chapter 3490 Target, the Blood Clan. In that case, let's not waste any time. Let's go to the Blood Clan now, Jian Wushuang suggested. The surrounding people looked at each other and nodded. Then, they set off directly. Because their purpose this time was to kill Da Ying and the Blood Clan leader, they did not want to wipe out the Blood Clan. Therefore, they were the only ones who set off to the Blood Clan. As for the principals masters of the Divine Moon Palace and the Nine-Tailed Clan who were below the 6th realm of the Void Realm, none of them went. The Blood Clan land was far away from the Nine-Tailed Clan. It would take a long time for ordinary experts to travel, but this time, almost all the experts who went to the Blood Clan were above the 6th realm of the Void Realm. They traveled at a terrifying speed. In less than half a day, they had arrived outside the ancestral land of the Blood Clan. When they arrived, the Blood Clan did not receive any news. The entire Blood Clan was very calm, but the clan-protecting formation of the Blood Clan had been operating normally. Marquis Duan Yu, it's up to you. Jian Wushuang glanced at Marquis Duan Yu. Leave it to me. But if any experts of the Blood Clan come out, please block them for me. Don't let them affect me, Marquis Duan Yu said. Don't worry. With our formation there, no one from the Blood Clan will dare to come out, Jian Wushuang said. Marquis Duan Yu nodded and immediately rushed toward the ancestral land of the Blood Clan. There was a huge formation outside the ancestral land, which was the protection formation of the Blood Clan. Marquis Duan Yu appeared next to the formation and began to crack it. However, it was the protection array of the Divine Clan after all. Its power level was extremely high. Marquis Duan Yu's act of cracking it openly caused quite a commotion. In a secret room in the ancestral land of the Blood Clan. This secret room was extremely hidden. Even many of the elders and high-level experts of the Blood Clan did not know of the existence of such a secret room, let alone an innocent intruder. At this moment, there were 2 people sitting in this secret chamber. One of them was wearing a blood robe. His face was thin, but his skin was extremely ruddy as if it was stained with a layer of faint blood. He was the clan leader of the Blood Clan, also known as the Blood Master. As for the other person, he was wearing a black robe. His entire body was wrapped in the black robe, so it was impossible to see his exact appearance. Moreover, the aura emitted from his body was also extremely cold. There was even an extremely evil aura. Yama, what does your master mean by that? The Blood Master frowned and asked. Blood Master, don't be anxious. Under the black robe, a hoarse voice slowly sounded. It's not that you don't know my master's position. This matter involves not only the Nine-Tailed Clan, but also Heavenly Sword Marquis. As you know, Heavenly Sword Marquis, even the 3 great saint realms can't do anything to him now. They have no intention of attacking him for the time being. No matter what, my master still has to stand with the 3 great saint realms on the surface. If my master really wants to help you at all costs, that would be to directly shed all pretense of cordiality with Heavenly Sword Marquis. At that time, we still don't know what will happen to Heavenly Sword Marquis. However, The 3 Saint Realm Masters will definitely blame my master. Humph, with your master's strength and methods, are you afraid that the 3 Saint Realm Masters will blame him? The Blood Master coldly glanced at the black-robed man. Of course. After all, my master is currently living under someone else's roof. He has to listen to the 3 Saint Realm Masters more or less. It is obvious that the 3 Saint Realm Masters want to follow the Heavenly Sword Marquis and find an opportunity to give him a fatal blow. However, if the Heavenly Sword Marquis is alerted because of my master's rash attack, the 3 Saint Realm Masters will definitely be unhappy, the black-robed man said indifferently. In other words, your master is not willing to get involved in this matter. The Blood Master said coldly. I didn't say that, but in my opinion, since you sincerely want to cooperate with my master will not reject you so easily. Otherwise, he would not have sent me here personally. It can be said that my master is still willing to cooperate with you, Blood Master. However, my master has a lot of things to worry about now, so he has not made a definite decision. He will have to wait a little longer and see what the situation is like before deciding, the black-robed man said. It depends on the situation. The Blood Master was shocked and angry. Humph, if we look at the situation again, the Nine-Tailed Clan and the Heavenly Marquis of Sword will attack us. It's not necessary. Even if the Heavenly Sword Marquis joins hands with the Nine-Tailed Clan and the Divine Moon Palace, their lineup is indeed much stronger than the Blood Clan. However, the Blood Clan now has not only you, but also Da Ying. With you 2 experts at the peak of the 6 states of the void, what can they do to you with only 1 expert at the peak of the 6 states of the void? Besides, I'm among the Blood Clansmen now. If they really attack, I'll naturally lend you a hand, the black-robed man said. With your words, I feel a little relieved. The Blood Master let out a sigh of relief. But suddenly, the Blood Master's expression changed, and he stood up abruptly. What's wrong? The black-robed man looked over. It's a formation. Our clan's protective formation has been attacked, and the formation spirit told me that that person is using a special method to break the formation. If he continues to break the formation like that, it won't be long before the formation spirit can't hold on any longer, the Blood Master said in a deep voice. Break the formation? The black-robed man stood up in shock. It's the Nine-Tailed Clan. It must be the Nine-Tailed Clan's people who have come to kill us. There's also that Heavenly Sword Marquis. At this time, only they would dare to attack us, and only their people can break our clan's formation so quickly. The Blood Master immediately became nervous. Da Ying told me before that the array of the Nine-Tailed Clan was broken by a mysterious expert of the 6 states of the void in the camp of the Divine Moon Palace. The array of the Nine-Tailed Clan is a 5-element array from the universe battlefield. However, in terms of level, it's higher than the array of the Blood Clan. Even the array of the Nine-Tailed Clan can't withstand it. Naturally, the array of the Blood Clan will also be broken by that person. The black-robed man's aura surged as he said leisurely, I didn't expect that the Nine-Tailed Clan and the Heavenly Sword Marquis would actually dare to attack the Blood Clan so quickly. Where did they get their courage from? It's over now. They've already charged over. We should think of a way to stop them first, the Blood Master said in a deep voice. Don't be anxious. The black-robed man waved his sleeve and said in a deep voice, Blood Master, didn't you invite many experts who are skilled in formations to prevent the Nine-Tailed Clan and the Heavenly Sword Marquis from attacking? These experts can be used now. Chapter 3491 Array Defense. Yes, I almost forgot. These experts who are good at array formations all have an extremely high level of research in array formations. Moreover, they came to the inner part of our Blood Clan very early and began to study our clan's protective array formations. They already have a very good understanding of our clan's protective array formations. As for the person who broke the formation invited by the Nine-Tailed Clan, although he has a very high attainment in formations, he is only one person. Moreover, he is outside the formation, so he can break the formation outside. The experts I invited are constantly repairing and fighting against him inside the formation. With so many people working together with the formation spirit, I don't believe he can break our clan's protective formation. A cold smile appeared on the Bloodmaster's face. He had long been on guard against the Nine-Tailed Clan and Jian Wushuang. In particular, he had learned from Da Ying that the Nine-Tailed Clan had been conquered largely because the clan's protective array had been broken by someone. That meant that the other party must have an expert in array formation. Therefore, in order to be on the safe side, he had paid a great price to invite many experts with high attainments in array formation. Now, these experts could be used. Following the Bloodmaster's instructions, the experts who were good at the field of formation quickly began to cooperate with the spirit of the formation to fight against Marquis Duan Yu. As the Blood Clan already knew that the Nine-Tailed Clan and Jian Wushuang had come to attack, they were also on full alert. The entire Blood Clan could be said to be on full alert. In the void outside the Blood Clan, Jian Wushuang and the others were also waiting quietly. They waited for a full hour. Something is wrong. Axe One Master frowned and said, Marquis Duan Yu's attainments in the Tao of Formation have long reached the peak. Even the five-elemental formation of the Nine-Tailed Clan did not take him long to crack without anyone's influence. However, the Guardian formation of the Blood Clan is not as high-level or as complicated as the five-elemental formation of the Nine-Tailed Clan. Yet, Marquis Duan Yu still hasn't cracked it after an hour? Yes, it's a little strange. Jian Wushuang nodded. However, they did not go up to him to ask about it because Marquis Duan Yu was still breaking the formation and the Blood Clan did not send any experts to disturb him. At this moment, Marquis Duan Yu, who had been in the middle of breaking the formation, finally opened his eyes and got up to return. Marquis Duan Yu, how is it? Axe One Master hurriedly asked. You look like you've run into some trouble. Jian Wushuang also asked. I did run into some trouble. Marquis Duan Yu nodded and said, the level of this formation isn't very high, and I've known about it before. As long as no one interferes with me, it's easy to break this formation. But I didn't expect that the Blood Clan had been prepared. Prepared? Everyone was puzzled. If I'm not mistaken, there should be more than a dozen or more experts who are proficient in array within the Blood Clan. These experts already have a very good understanding of the Blood Clan's protective array. If they work together and cooperate with the spirit of this array, they will continue to tangle with me. As soon as I break a place, they will immediately repair or change that place. They will constantly obstruct me, making it impossible for me to break this array. Marquis Duan Yu said. Is that so? Everyone immediately understood. Previously, when they saw that no one from the Blood Clan had walked out of the formation, they thought that no one could affect Marquis Duan Yu. They did not expect that the Blood Clan could actually make those experts who were good at formations. It had a great impact on Marquis Duan Yu from inside the formation. However, that Blood Clan leader has clearly underestimated me. Marquis Duan Yu smiled again. He thought that by inviting these experts who are good at arrays to obstruct me from cracking the array formation from the inside, he would be able to ensure that this array formation is complete. However, he didn't know that the experts he invited who are good at arrays are just a bunch of useless chickens and dogs. Their understanding of arrays might be at the level of a master in the divine beginning realm. However, if they were placed in the universe battlefield, they wouldn't even be able to compare. They don't know how changeable the array is, nor do they know how many ways to break it. For example, the one I use to break it one by one is just one of the ways to break it. But there are more ways to break it. They have never come into contact with it, so how can they really hinder me? So, Marquis Duan Yu, you already have a way to break the array? Jian Wushuang's eyes lit up. Yes, I have secretly arranged many methods in the magic array during the fight with them. Now, as long as I activate these methods at the same time, the magic array will be in a temporary state of stagnation. In this short period of time, only one of you, Demon Master Chanhua or Mr. Elder Darkbone, can easily break this magic array, Marquis Duan Yu said. Amazing. Axe One Master could not help but exclaim. In that case, Chanhua, please help Marquis Duan Yu to break the formation, Jian Wushuang said. Sure. Demon Master Chanhua nodded slightly and then walked toward the formation with Marquis Duan Yu. Demon Master Chanhua, this is the place. As long as you stand here, you can attack the formation immediately if I ask you to. It doesn't need to be very powerful. With the strength of an expert at the pinnacle of the 6 void realms, you can break the formation with just one attack, Marquis Duanyu said. Understood. Demon Master Chunhua nodded. As for Marquis Duanyu, he closed his eyes and began to activate the techniques he left behind in the array. A moment later, Marquis Duanyu's eyes opened once again. At this moment, Demon Master Chunhua, make your move. Marquis Duanyu shouted. Demon Master Chunhua did not hesitate. He raised his right hand and a majestic might condensed in it. Following that, he punched out toward the array in front of him. The fist smashed into the light membrane of the magic formation like a meteorite. Because the magic formation was in a temporary state of stagnation, it was impossible to distribute all the power of Demon Master Chenhuo's punch to every corner. Moreover, the spot where Demon Master Chunhua attacked was the weak point of the magic formation. Therefore, the punch instantly blew a big hole in the light membrane of the magic formation. The appearance of the big hole immediately caused the entire formation to collapse. The overwhelming power began to retreat frantically. In a short while, the protective formation of the Blood Clan had disappeared, and the Blood Clan had been completely exposed to Jian Wushuang and the others. Axe One Master, Star Saint Master, Lord Shu, and Lord Shadowfox. Marquis Duanyu shouted in a low voice. Axe One Master, Star Saint Master, Lord Shu, and Lord Shadowfox were already prepared. They were standing in 4 corners of the ancestral land of the Blood Clan. After hearing Marquis Duanyu's shout, the 4 of them attacked at the same time. Instantly, with Marquis Duanyu as the core, a brand new array formation was formed. This array formation was the Netherjade 5-kill array formation. Chapter 3492 Charge into the Blood Clan. In the ancestral land of the Blood Clan, the Bloodmaster initially thought that the experts who were skilled in arrays that he had invited had successfully stopped Marquis Duanyu from breaking the array. He was originally extremely happy, but suddenly, the protective array of the Blood Clan was broken. This sudden change caused the Bloodmaster to turn pale with fright. The entire Blood Clan became extremely nervous. The many high-level experts of the Blood Clan all rose up with solemn expressions. Especially when the Netherjade 5-kill formation around the Blood Clan was formed, the Blood Clan experts all felt a trace of panic in their hearts. What's going on? Wasn't the person who broke the formation already blocked? How did he break it all of a sudden? What's going on? The Bloodmaster's expression was unsightly as he continuously roared. It's too late to say this now. The formation has been broken. This is the truth. However, even if the formation is broken, the combined forces of the Nine-Tailed Clan and the Heavenly Sword Marquis might not be able to do anything to you. The mysterious black-robed man beside him said. The Bloodmaster's gaze darkened as he nodded to himself. At this moment, Da Ying, who was originally in seclusion within the Blood Clan, was alarmed by the commotion here. He had also forcefully broken through and appeared beside the Bloodmaster. Bloodmaster, what's going on? Da Ying frowned as she looked around at the huge formation that had formed around her. That formation had brought her quite a bit of pressure. What else can be going on? Isn't it just the Nine-Tailed Clan and the Heavenly Sword Marquis that are charging over? Mate, you clearly know that there are 2 experts at the peak of the 6 states of the void in our Blood Clan, yet you still dare to charge in. You really have guts. The Bloodmaster snorted coldly. He then looked at Da Ying. Da Ying, how has your strength recovered during these few days of closed-door cultivation? The backlash to my soul was too severe previously. I was only in closed-door cultivation for such a short period of time, and my battle strength was unable to recover to its peak. Now, I can only display close to 70% of my battle strength. Da Ying said. Close to 70%. That's about it. If you and I join hands, a mere expert at the peak of the 6 states of the void would not be able to take us down. If it really doesn't work, isn't Elder Darkbone around? The Bloodmaster glanced at the black-robed man beside him. Don't worry, Bloodmaster. If it comes to a critical moment, I will take action, the black-robed man said. That's good. The Bloodmaster nodded slightly. After the Netherjade 5-kill formation was set up, Jian Wushuang and the others, who had been waiting outside, finally walked into the Blood Clan ancestors' land and soon appeared in front of the Bloodmaster, Da Ying, and the others. Da Ying, do you think you can hide in the Blood Clan and live in peace? Xiao stared at Da Ying with a cold face. Temph, Dag, I admire you. Not only are you able to find so many powerful helpers, but you are also very good at setting up formations. If I'm not wrong, the formations you are setting up around here should be used to prevent me from escaping, right? Da Ying said in a low voice. That's right. This array is prepared to kill experts like you who have reached the peak of the 6 states of the void. This array is called the Netherjade 5 Kill Array. It is formed by the joint efforts of 5 experts of the 6 states of the void. Da Ying, if you have the ability, you can go and try to see if you can escape from this array. Xiao said with a cold smile. The array formed by 5 experts of the 6 states of the void. Da Ying's face sank. Actually, there was no need to try. When she was trapped in the formation and felt the power of the formation, she had guessed that it would be difficult for her to break out of the formation. Even if she joined hands with the Bloodmasters and Yama, it would be difficult for her to break out of the formation. However, even if she could not break out of the formation, it did not mean that they would die. After all, this was the ancestral land of the Blood Clan. There were many Blood Clan experts present, and there were also the Bloodmaster and Yama. Da Ying had some confidence. Dag, since you want to kill me, then bring out all your methods. I want to see if you really have the ability, said Da Ying. Don't worry, I won't let you down. Xiao smiled coldly. At this moment, the spirit ancestor also took a step forward and stared at the Bloodmaster. He said in a low voice, Bloodmaster, do you still remember me? Oh, isn't this the spirit ancestor of the heavenly ancestor Daoist sect? Why, are you also involved in today's battle? However, what can you do with your strength? The Bloodmaster stared at the spirit ancestor with a strange smile. Although the spirit ancestor was also the ruler of the rules of the 6 states of the void, her combat strength was still far from the peak of the 6 states of the void. She was only slightly better at the aspect of the soul. The Bloodmaster did not take her to heart at all. Yes, I can't threaten you with my strength alone, but I'm afraid you don't know that it's because of me that Heavenly Sword Marquis is willing to spend so much effort to kill you. Spirit Ancestor said coldly. What did you say? The Bloodmaster frowned immediately. Bloodmaster, Spirit Ancestor is right, Zhen Wushuang said at this moment. The reason why I didn't hesitate to attack the Blood Clan was because I had an agreement with Spirit Ancestor that I would help her kill you. Without this reason, who would dare to attack the Blood Clan, one of the 4 divine clans? I see, the Bloodmaster said. I didn't expect that Spirit Ancestor, whom I didn't take seriously before, would bring so much trouble to the Blood Clan. Fortunately, even if you attack the Blood Clan and break the clan protection array, I'm afraid it won't be easy for you to kill me and Da Ying in the Blood Clan with your current lineup. It's true that we're not enough. Even the Demon Master Chanhua, who is by my side, would find it difficult to kill either of you. But do you think that's all I'm prepared for? Zhen Wushuang chuckled. As soon as he finished speaking, 2 figures walked over from the void behind him. These 2 figures were Elder Darkbone and Lifefall King Haha, Bloodmaster, right? I've never met you before. However, the previous 3 chiefs of your Blood Clan have met me many times. Elder Darkbone's laughter echoed in this world. The moment the Bloodmaster saw Elder Darkbone, his pupils shrank. You are Elder Darkbone? The Bloodmaster's face changed drastically. How can that be? I thought you never cared about the fights between the forces of the divine beginning realm. Why are you willing to help Heavenly Sword Marquis now? It's up to me whether I want to join the fights between the forces of the divine beginning realm or not. If I'm willing to help Heavenly Sword Marquis, who in the divine beginning realm can do anything about it? Elder Darkbone sneered. Hearing Elder Darkbone's reply, the Bloodmaster and Da Ying's faces became extremely ugly. Chapter 3493 Yama. Previously, Zhen Wushuang only had one Demon Master Chanhua. Although he was also at the pinnacle of the 6th realm of the void, they were not too afraid of him. After all, it was almost impossible for Demon Master Chunhua to kill them alone. Even if he used a magic formation to trap them completely, he could not kill them. However, it would be completely different if there was an old monster named Elder Darkbone. Elder Darkbone was an old monster from the same era as the Heaven-Cleaving Alliance Master and the Temporal Temple Master. He had lived for too long and his strength was unfathomable. Most importantly, Elder Darkbone's methods were endless. He was famous for this. Even Saint Realm Masters did not dare to look down on him. One could imagine how terrifying this Elder Darkbone was. In the hearts of the Bloodmaster and Da Ying, Elder Darkbone's threat to them was undoubtedly incomparable to that of Demon Master Chunhua. Even if two Demon Masters of the Chunhua realm were tied together, in their eyes, they could not compare to Elder Darkbone. Under such circumstances, Elder Darkbone still had to join hands with Demon Master Chunhua to deal with them. "Alright, stop talking nonsense with them. Let's just attack," Jian Wushuang said. "Our targets are only the Bloodmaster and Da Ying. However, this is the ancestor land of the Blood Clan. As one of the 4 great divine clans, the Blood Clan has many Principals Masters. Although these Principals Masters are not very strong, they can still cause us a lot of trouble if they join hands. So, Lifefall King, please help us," Elder Darkbone said with a smile. "Sure." Lifefall King did not refuse. With a wave of his hand, a purplish-green jade pot appeared in his hand. This purplish-green jade pot did not give off any shocking true treasure aura. It looked ordinary. However, the moment Lifefall King took out the jade pot and opened its lid, beams of purplish-green light shot out in all directions like a spiderweb with the jade pot as its core. These purplish-green rays of light swept toward the many Principals Masters of the Blood Clan like a spider web. The sudden turn of events gave these Principals Masters of the Blood Clan a fright. They immediately attacked, wanting to shatter or block this purplish-green ray of light. Then, this purplish-green ray of light was incomparably tyrannical. Whenever it appeared in front of a Principal's Master, it would immediately wrap around this Principal's Master at a terrifying speed. However, no matter how this Principal's Master struggled, he could not get rid of the light beam. Even the Principal's Masters of the 5 Void Realms among the Blood Clan who were stronger could not get rid of the purplish-green light beam. They were also wrapped up and formed one purplish-green cocoon after another. In a short moment, all the Principal's Masters of the Blood Clan were trapped in the purplish-green cocoon. Jian Wushuang and the others were secretly shocked by what they saw. At the same time, they were deeply impressed by the fact that they were Masters of the Divine Realm. Even though the Masters of the Divine Realm from the outside world were greatly restricted and could not show their peak strength, their skills were still impressive. Now, they could easily restrain all the Principal's Masters of the Blood Clan with just a random item. Such skills were indeed incomparable to those of the Principal's Masters. These small characters have already been temporarily bound by me. Now, it's up to you guys. Lifefall King laughed. Demon Master Chunhua, let's make our move. Elder Darkbone glanced at Demon Master Chunhua. Demon Master Chunhua nodded slightly, and then, Su. These 2 ultimate experts of the 6 states of the void attacked at the same time. Both of them turned into streaks of light and appeared in front of the Bloodmaster and Da Ying respectively. The 2 of them picked one opponent each and began to kill. The Bloodmaster and Da Ying naturally would not give up without a fight. The 2 of them immediately used all their skills to defend. What was worth mentioning was that Demon Master Chunhua was fighting the Bloodmaster, and Da Ying's combat strength was not at its peak. He could only use 70% of his strength, and he was fighting the even more terrifying Elder Darkbone. Even at her peak, Da Ying would probably find it difficult to survive against Elder Darkbone, let alone now. Elder Darkbone had only casually attacked, but in just 2 short exchanges, Da Ying felt an enormous life-and-death crisis. This won't do. Elder Darkbone is too strong. Even if he casually attacked now, I wouldn't be able to hold on. The moment he puts in a bit of effort, I might be instantly killed by him. Da Ying was incomparably terrified. She did not dare to continue fighting with Elder Darkbone. She immediately looked at the black-robed man who had been standing at the edge of the battlefield. Yama, why aren't you attacking? Da Ying shouted in a low voice. Yama. Jian Wushuang frowned and fixed his eyes on the black-robed man. When he had just entered the ancestors' land of the Blood Clan and met the Bloodmaster, he had already noticed the black-robed man next to the Bloodmaster. This was because the aura emitted by this black-robed man was very strange. Just like the previous demon master Chanhua, he could not sense it at all. The method of concealing one's aura was so tyrannical. His strength was definitely not weak. And now, along with Da Ying's cry for help, a helpless voice came from under the black robe. I originally thought that with the Bloodmaster and Da Ying, the two strongest experts at the peak of the 6 states of the void, there would be no need for me to make a move. But now, it seems that it is still not enough. After the black-robed man finished speaking, his body moved in a strange manner and arrived beside Da Ying. At the same time, he blocked the attack that Elder Darkbone had casually unleashed. Even though he blocked it, Elder Darkbone's casual attack was so powerful that it was frightening. The black-robed man was immediately forced back. Keek, as expected of Elder Darkbone. His strength is really frightening. The black-robed man laughed coldly. If my guess is correct, you should be Yama from the Sorcerer Gods sect, right? Elder Darkbone looked at the black-robed man calmly. He was not the least bit surprised that the black-robed man was able to receive his attack. It is me. I am truly flattered to be able to say my name from Elder Darkbone's mouth. The black-robed man laughed. Hee, don't be humble. In the Sorcerer God sect, other than the Sorcerer God and that mysterious prophet, your status should be the highest, and your strength is only second to the two of them. Although I rarely interact with the Sorcerer God sect, I have heard of you, Yama, Elder Darkbone said with a smile. It's just that I don't know when the Sorcerer God sect has become together with the Blood Clan. Today, you still want to stand up for the Blood Clan and this Da Ying? I don't want to either. However, the Blood Clan and our Sorcerer God sect did have some history before. Now that everyone is attacking the Blood Clan in such a grand manner and I happen to be present, I can't just pretend that I didn't see it, right? The black-robed fella laughed. Chapter 3494 Fantasy Secret Skill. Now the question is, Elder Darkbone, and everyone here, can we give up on this for the sake of the Sorcerer God sect? Pluto looked around at Jian Wushuang and the others and said calmly. Outside the battlefield, Jian Wushuang, Xiaoer, and spirit ancestors' faces darkened. They had thought that the trip to the Blood Clan would be a success and that no major changes would occur. They had not expected that the Sorcerer Gods sect would get involved in this matter. The Sorcerer Gods sect was an extremely terrifying force. Its leader, the Sorcerer God, was a ruler-level expert. The black-robed Pluto, who appeared in front of them, seemed to have reached the peak of the 6 void realms based on his aura. He knew that he was standing in front of Elder Darkbone, however, he did not show any fear. Obviously, he had the confidence to face Elder Darkbone. However, it was impossible for them to give up this plan. Sorcerer Gods sect. Jian Wushuang's eyes turned cold. The Sorcerer Gods sect alone is not powerful enough to stop us. Yes, in today's battle, Da Ying and the Bloodmaster will die. Unless your Sorcerer God comes, you alone cannot stop us, Xiaoer said. The Sorcerer God comes personally. Haha, it has been hundreds of years, but I wonder if his injuries have all been healed. Jian Wushuang sneered. In the battle on the Sohar Island, he had received the power of the entire Bloodwave realm from Bloodwave. His strength had soared, and he had fought against the Flame Saint Master and the Sorcerer God alone. He had also used his most powerful killing move. He had severely injured the two of them. This battle was also the battle that made Jian Wushuang famous. Although it had been hundreds of years and the two of them had certainly recovered from their injuries, Jian Wushuang had brought up this matter to expose the scars of the Sorcerer God sect. Is that so? That's a pity. Pluto sighed and said slowly, since you don't want to leave, I can only try my best to stop you. With just you. Underworld Emperor looked at Pluto mockingly and then slashed out with one hand. A cold blade light instantly slashed out. This blade light, even if it was not used by a supreme treasure divine weapon, the instant it burst out, it still easily tore open space. The blade light carried a sharp power that seemed to be able to tear apart everything in the world. It even made the surrounding spectators jump in fear. His strength had reached Elder Darkbone's level, and he could destroy the world with just a raise of his hand. Seeing the blade light attacking, the Underworld Emperor was unmoved. Under his black robe, a strange smile spread out. Hua! The cold blade light directly passed through the Underworld Emperor's body, but it didn't touch any physical body. Instead, it completely passed through the Underworld Emperor's body. Oh! Underworld Emperor raised his brows and looked at Pluto with a hint of surprise. Thanks. In the divine beginning realm, everyone knows that Elder Darkbone, your strength is tyrannical and your methods are amazing. Even the masters of the Saint realm wouldn't dare to underestimate you. I, Pluto, also know my own limits. Of course, I'm not your opponent in a head-on fight. However, as long as I don't fight you head-on, I'm afraid that you won't be able to do anything to me, said Pluto with a strange smile. I've clearly locked onto his god body. He didn't dodge when the saber light slashed at him, but this saber light didn't touch him. It's really strange, muttered Underworld Emperor. Then, he slashed again with his right hand. The same saber light flew out again. However, the moment this saber light flew out, it split into 9. There were 9 saber lights, and each of them was extremely sharp. Moreover, they slashed at Pluto from 9 different directions at the same time. However, the Underworld Emperor still smiled. His body did not move at all. In the end, the 9 blade lights still did not touch anything substantial and passed through the Elder Darkbone's body. This scene caused Elder Darkbone's expression to change slightly. The surprise in his eyes became even denser. Could it be that the person in front of you is not your actual body but merely an illusory body? Underworld Emperor frowned and asked. Haha, Elder Darkbone, you really have good eyesight. Underworld Emperor laughed. Then, more and more strange black-robed figures appeared beside him. These black-robed figures, whether it was their appearance or the aura they emitted, were exactly the same as Underworld Emperor. Whether it was with the naked eye or soul perception, one could not tell the difference between them. However, these strange black-robed figures continued to appear, dozens, hundreds, and nearly 1,000. In a short while, nearly 1,000 black-robed figures appeared in the world. Each of them looked exactly like Pluto, and even their aura was the same. This, Jian Wushuang stood outside the battlefield and was shocked to see the thousands of black-robed figures appearing in the void in front of him. Because in his perception, any one of these black-robed figures was extremely powerful. It was a complete scene with Yama. He could not figure out which of these black-robed figures was Yama's real body. Illusion body secret skill? Elder Darkbone could not help laughing when he saw the scene around him. These illusions are so interesting that even I can't tell if they are real or fake. Elder Darkbone, I told you that I'm not your opponent in a head-on fight. However, it won't be a problem if I keep you busy. Now that I'm standing in front of you, you can think of a way to find my real body. Or you can ignore me and continue to kill Da Ying. However, you have to get rid of me first. Pluto smiled faintly. Let's give it a try. Elder Darkbone casually moved his body. His terrifying speed, which Jian Wushuang could not see clearly, suddenly burst out. There was almost no trace left in the world. But suddenly, one of the nearly 1,000 black-robed figures struck out with lightning speed and a sharp claw attacked the void in front of him. This claw was clearly aimed at the empty space. However, just as the claw was about to land in that empty space, Elder Darkbone's figure suddenly appeared. This claw was coincidentally aimed at Elder Darkbone, causing him to be unable to immediately wave his hand to block it. Naturally, Elder Darkbone's figure was also blocked. After his figure was blocked, Elder Darkbone's expression finally became a little grave. You can keep up with my speed and even stop me in time. Your method is indeed powerful. Haha, it's just a small trick. It can't threaten you at all, Elder Darkbone. But as I said, it's almost impossible for you to break through my obstruction and kill Da Ying. Yama laughed. You're tuning in to the Celestial War YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.